A very, very good afternoon to all of you. It's 2 o'clock on Thursday, and so it is time for Quarantine Chorus. And as I've just been saying to those lovely people who are here slightly earlier, Quarantine Chorus is a really important part of the Home Choir channel. I started Quarantine Choir, as many of you will know, back in March of this year as a direct response to my Thornbury afternoon choir being cancelled. And I initially, in the first couple of weeks, I kept things very light and basically tried to put out music that was highly accessible to everybody. But I got all sorts of requests, people saying, yes, we love all these lovely songs like, you know, Do Bing, Do Bang, Do Bong and Erie Canal, but can we do some, and one lady, some serious music? And I took that to mean classical repertoire. And made the decision, probably after about 10 broadcasts, we're going to sing Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus. But I didn't want to include it in the Quarantine Choir bracket because I wanted people to know that there was friendly music they could come along and sing every day, but there was something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging, perhaps something in a style that they'd never encountered before, and so Quarantine Chorus was born. We recorded Ave Verum Corpus. It took about 9 hours of work because back in those days, all of those weeks ago, my setup was not as it is now, and I wasn't as experienced as recording it and mixing it. And I got that out, and a friend of mine, a chap called David, who sings with my Thornbury choir, said, you might want to contact this chap called Andrew at Coraline. He has a mailing list. And David, if you're watching, David Fordham from Thornbury, it's because of you that Messiah exists, that Self-Isolation Choir exists. And so it's a huge thanks to you, David, for making that suggestion. I'm sure everyone would like to echo that. And so over the last 20 weeks or so, 22 weeks, we've learned a total of 16 pieces on Quarantine Chorus. And they've ranged from very, very early Bird and Tallis and Renaissance music all the way through to 20th century pieces like I Sat Down Under His Shadow. And what I've done is I've taken your requests and put together a programme. And we're going to sing all of these pieces, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to perform. We're going to have a little Quarantine Chorus concert. Now, in September, those of you that are worried, we will be continuing with the classical repertoire. We will have a regular chorus broadcast. It won't be called Quarantine Chorus, but I will make sure it has its own identity. So those of you that don't want to come along and sing sea shanties and music hall songs, you just want to sing a classical repertoire, you'll know where to go. So we'll have a very quick warm-up in a moment, folks, and then we'll sing the beautiful I Sat Down Under His Shadow, which is an introit, a way into our concert today. We'll sing Et in Terra Pax by Vivaldi, the beautiful and in earth piece. A very, very timely work, obviously, for our lives at the moment with everything that's going on in the world. And, of course, I've already mentioned Self-Isolation Choir is singing Vivaldi's Gloria in just over a week, so a little preview. We'll then sing César Franck's glorious Panis Angelicus, and follow that with Fauré's Cantique de Racine. So a couple of lovely bits of French music in the middle, in the heart of our performance this afternoon. We'll follow that with Edward Elgar's Timeless as Torrents in Summer, absolutely beautiful piece, and then finish with a rousing climax as we sing Zadok the Priest. And this is our version with our Baroque pitch, and me singing along and singing all the parts. It's one of those things, you know, when you start a year, you don't think you're necessarily going to end up singing every part and recording every part and say Dr. Priest, but that's what's happened. So, folks, please make sure you got your scores ready. Make sure you got your drinks handy. If I could ask everybody to stand up for me, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Brilliant. And if standing's not on the menu, as I'm very fond of saying, that's absolutely fine. Just bring yourself to the edge of your chair, feet flat on the floor, please, everybody. And everyone, whether you're standing or sitting, if you can straighten your back and make your neck nice and long, and just start to take some nice deep breaths in and out in your own time. Just use this as an opportunity to get some oxygen into your system and get rid of any tension and any stress. And as you're doing that, just roll your shoulders around, please, everybody. Keep the movements nice and smooth and nice and gentle. Well done. And now roll those shoulders back the other way. Great. I've just realised I haven't got my phone on silent, so let's do that. Lovely. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, please. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders relax. Well done. Thanks, everyone. I'm just going to tilt our neck over to one side and just stretch the muscles along the long side. to the middle and the other side. Thank you. And to the middle and forwards now, please, everyone. And stretch the back of your neck out. Well done. And let's just repeat that exercise. Whichever way you went first, go the same way again and just stretch your neck out just a little bit further, if you can. Well done. To the middle and the other side. And to the middle and forwards, please. Well done, folks. And just within those 3 movements, left, right and forwards, just let your head gently roll around. Thank you very, very much indeed. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a warm-up now, a bit of humming. Let's start here on a D. Okay. In fact, let's start on an E, since our first chord is this one. I sat down. Can we sing that? So, second bass is there, tenor's there, alto's there, sopranos, and we'll just sing I sat down. Ready with me? And I sat down. Lovely. And now we'll go up a semitone and sing again. I sat down. Very, very nice indeed. And let's just now move from there, and we'll sing just to an but we'll just sing those notes on a hum. So we'll go with me, and now ooh, oh. Thank you. I've just spotted that I've left a program on which I'm going to quit. Go away. Okay, sorry about that. And now one more. We'll have an R, 3 notes, and R. One more. R. Very, very nice, everybody. What we'll do is we'll go down to a semitone, or down to a tone, and we'll just do a couple of broken chords. Okay, so after me first, please. Ma, ma, ma. Your turn. Great. My turn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. Me, me, me. Thank you. Caw, caw, caw. Thank you very much indeed. Everybody, well done. Okay, so let's begin with Bairstow's beautiful I Sat Down Under His Shadow. I introduced this piece to the chorus a few weeks ago, and I learnt this when I was a chorister in the choir of St Edward's Church in Romford in Essex, and we sang this piece regularly on a Sunday evening as an introit, and the feeling of being in a choir singing this is almost indescribable. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and just that little treat for second bass is we get to sing right the way down at the bottom of the texture. So I'll give you your notes. I'll give you notes again in a minute from the recording, and we'll sing together. Do enjoy. I Sat Down Under His Shadow. Here we go. Deep breath, and I sat down. I sat down under his shadow with great delight. Under his shadow with great delight. With great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house. And his banner over me, his banner over me was love, was love. thank you, everybody. A beautiful, warm way to start our performance this afternoon. And so we're going to follow that with the glorious Et in Terra Pax from Vivaldi's Gloria, a work that I've spoken about many, many times before. One of the first works I ever sang in harmony when I was a treble, and the Vivaldi Gloria is the first piece that was longer than 2 minutes that I ever conducted, ever. During the self-isolation choir week, I'll show, I got it somewhere, the poster for the first performance I ever conducted, way back in 1996. And the Vivaldi Gloria is a great place to start for many people. If you've never sung a piece of Baroque music before, Vivaldi Gloria is a great way in, because it's very, very singable and very, very beautiful. And this movement catches you by surprise. The first movement's really bright and in D major, this really lively and jumpy, and then this movement comes in and it's in the minor and it's in 3/4, and all of these clashes that then resolve, I think, are really very, very programmatic. They paint a picture of tension and release, of clashes and of peace, and I think that's one of the things that Vivaldi wanted to put across to us. And so as we sing this one, think about everything that we've been through over the last few weeks. Think about the power of this music to really speak to us. This has been at the heart of many of our sacred sings on Sundays. And so let's enjoy together and really think about what we've achieved together as we sing the beautiful Et in Terra Pax. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. A couple of people have said they've never heard that piece before. It is just sublime. Absolutely beautiful. The Vivaldi Gloria, if you've not heard it before, go and have a listen to it. If you fancy singing it, you can come along and sing it with me in Self-Isolation Choir in just over a week's time. So, folks, let's have a look at something very different now. We started with something 20th century, jump back to the Baroque era. Let's come back towards the 20th century with the wonderful Panis Angelicus. This is a very romantic piece. Late 19th, early 20th century is when César Franck was writing. And this piece is a very clever, a very beautiful piece in that it has that when you sing the tune in the second verse, as you remember, you can sing it at a bar's distance and it still works in canon. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this piece is well, of all the classical pieces that we're doing this afternoon, this one I had the most requests for, I think. This one and the Cantique. I think you're all a bit soft for the French music, which is entirely fine and appropriate. So let's sing the glorious Panis Angelicus, everybody. And if you want to sing along, well, I'm going to sing the first verse, obviously, in the right place. But then in the second verse, I think I'll sing the canon part. So you're welcome to sing along with the recording, or you're also welcome to sing along in canon. So let's have some fun. Here we go.
Angelicus figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, manducat Dominum, pauper, servus et humilis, servus et humilis.
Sing along with me, or you can sing along in canon.
Panis Angelicus, Angelicus, Panis 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 Angelicus figuris terminum, ores mirabilis, manducat Dominum, servus et humilis.
Together.
Servus et humilis.
Thank you so much, everybody. And thank you, everybody who requested that one. Such a glorious piece of music and a lovely way to bring us to the heart of today's broadcast. And as we're here and enjoying the wonderful music of the French Romantics, let's have another bit of lovely French music and this glorious Cantique de Racine. And again, it feels like years ago since I did this, but it was, I think, only the 4th week of quarantine chorus. It's the week after Easter, if you recall. We did an Easter special. That's why we learned Zadok the priest. And then the following week we sang the Cantique de Racine. And this is where things started to get a little bit more complicated. By this time, Self-Isolation Choir was well underway, and I was getting a little bit more confident, I think, in terms of what I was able to produce and to sing. Still struggling with getting everything recorded on time, and I remember this one was very late, but everyone was very, very kind and understanding. I knew that I was working as hard as I could. Well, with all that being said, we now have this wonderful repertoire and this nice recording. So let's sing along with the organ of Patchway Cathedral as we sing the beautiful Cantique de Racine. Here we go. Oops, excuse me. Let's try that one more time. The organ broke. That's Patchway for you. Let's have that just one more time. Here we go.
Verbe égale au très haut, notre unique espérance, jour éternel, de paisibles yeux, nous rompons le silence divin sauve, je te sonne les yeux, divin sauve, je te sonne les yeux. Réponse, le feu de ta grâce puissante, que tout l'enfer fuit en son de ta voix, d'ici sur les sommets de nos anguissantes, qu'il a conduit à l'oubli de la loi, qu'il a conduit de la loi. Oh, Christ, sois favorable à ses peuples fidèles, porte-bonne, il monte soit sensible, le soir, le chant, il offre ta gloire et hautelle.
Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Merci beaucoup. Lovely. Très bien. That was chef's kiss, as they say. Beautiful. Well done. And so, look, as we now turn a corner and start to move towards the latter part of our broadcast today, we're going to sing this lovely bit of Elgar as Torrents in Summer. And having said, as we were just getting today's broadcast ready, I had straight down rain. I think that's one of Carith's expressions. Straight down rain outside. What's happened, of course, is that all that's gone probably north to rain on Val and everyone in Thornbury, and maybe a bit further north to rain on KitKat. Here we now have bright, beautiful sunshine. So typical British summer. And so let's sing this lovely bit of Elgar, the wonderful British composer. And I'm just going to get my score up. I'm going to invite you to do the same. I'll give you your notes. There is a version of this, as I've said before, folks, which has quite a nice sort of tinkly piano part, but we've learnt the actual version from King Olaf, which is a cappella. So I'm going to give you your notes: basses, tenors, altos, sopranos, as Torrents. Here we go. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, where are they? Sorry, the choir's late. Sorry, everybody. Let's try that again. You just can't get the staff. Ready? 2, 3.
As torrents in summer, after riding their channels, suddenly rise, though the sky is still cloudless, the sky is still cloudless. Rain has been falling, frost has been falling at their fountains. So hearts that are fainting grow full to overflowing, and they that behold it, marvel and know not, that the fountains has been has been
Thank you, everybody. Wonderful stuff. And honestly, going back through all these pieces, it really is reminding me of all of the times I've sat in this very chair working on this machine, producing this music over the last 20-something weeks. And just listening to that bottom E flat, raining, which I don't really have this afternoon, that was recorded at about 6 o'clock in the morning in here, sometime in, when that would have been? That would have been in April. Yes, I came up here and I literally just got out of bed about a quarter of an hour before, and everything was down there, and I just thought, right, hit record, and just recorded raining. In the same vein that Pavarotti apparently used to, whenever he woke up in the morning, if he had a good top D, or even a top C or a top D, he'd go into the studio and record a few long-held notes at various vowel shapes, so they could be dropped into the recording later on. Sorry to burst your bubble on that one. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's sing Zadok. And this one's a very special request, and so many of you have come along and joined this amazing channel and have become real friends of mine, and you know who you are. Those of you that have been with me from the start, we're in regular contact. This one has been requested by some very special people. I want to dedicate this one to everyone who comes along and who takes part in the comments. I know there's many of you who, for whatever reason, can't take part in the comments, and that doesn't mean you're any less a member of the choir, but I've gotten to know a few of you very well through your comments. And so this one is for all of you, particularly for Albert. So Albert, this was yours. I think you emailed me at least twice about this one. And so I hope this is a nice way for you to finish today, everybody. Let's sing the wonderful Zadok the Priest. Now, do bear in mind that this one, again, everything's recorded in isolation. So it is digital instruments, digital strings, and me multi-tracked. But, you know, it was several weeks before the glories of Handel's Messiah. So this is where it all started, folks. Let's join together and sing the wonderful Zadok the Priest. Enjoy, everybody. Here we go.
Zadok the priest, and Nathan the prophet, anointed Solomon King. Rejoiced, and all the people rejoiced. Rejoiced, 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 and all the people rejoiced. Rejoiced, rejoiced, and said, God save the King, long live the King, God save the King, may the King live forever. Amen, amen, alleluia, alleluia, amen. God save the King, long live the King, may the King live forever. Amen, amen, alleluia, alleluia, amen. Amen. May the King live, may the King live forever, forever, Hallelujah. Amen. 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 Hallelujah. 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 Amen. Long live the King. God save the King. Long live the King. May the King live. May the King live forever. 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 Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. Ah, 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 ah. Amen. Amen. Ah, 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 Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, that is so much fun. My goodness me. Look, everybody, thank you so much for being part of the Quarantine Chorus. It's really very, very clear to me that without this strand of home choir, of quarantine choir, a whole lot of amazing stuff around the world wouldn't have happened. And that is as much down to you as it is down to anything that I've done. If people out there hadn't asked for it, hadn't come along, hadn't suggested, hadn't been a major part of what's made this very special, then none of this would happen. So huge thanks from me to all of you for being here, for coming along and singing and enjoying it. There will be an amazing array of classical pieces to look forward to in the autumn. I've got some Schubert lined up for you, some more Mendelssohn, a lovely piece called I Waited for the Lord, some more Handel, some more Bach, some more Mozart. I mean, it really is, this is just the beginning, folks. So if you've enjoyed it, fantastic. Thank you for being here. If you haven't, well, I'm sure you'll enjoy getting back to face-to-face choirs when they resume. But, you know, in the meantime, folks, this is where the action is here, and Self-Isolation Choir, we've got it covered. So I will see you tomorrow for what is going to be a very special broadcast, our final Quarantine Choir broadcast. I've got some stuff I want to share with you, my thoughts about September, and my absolute favourite songs that we've done on the channel. And they might not be the ones that fill my heart with joy. They might be just the most meaningful for all sorts of reasons. So I'm going to tell a few stories tomorrow, give you a few insights into what's made this channel so special, and then we will wrap it up for a few weeks, and then we'll be back in September. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last one. Take care, folks. Be well. See you soon.